Getting my picture taken bothers me. Not as much as it used to, but I still feel uncomfortable when people do it. And for quite a while, I had no idea why. Back when I was a kid, my mom would often show me the pictures she had taken of me and my siblings. Something I noticed right away is how embarrassed I felt looking back at me. For the longest time, I didn't know why this was, but I just ignored it for the best I could. Then, one day, my dad showed me a video he took of me dancing to some music. The video was taken quite a while ago, and you could tell I'd gotten a lot taller since then. As I had watched the recording of me play back, my dad casually mentioned that he had shown it to his friends at work. I don't think I recognized it at the time, but reflecting back on it now, that was the breaking point for me. From then on, whenever our family wanted to take pictures, I would refuse to have mine taken. I just couldn't stand the feeling of knowing that a photo that had me in it would be stored against my will for as long as the person who took it kept it. However, my mom was not at all pleased with this decision of mine, and eventually pressured me into getting pictures taken again. But I still don't get them taken willingly. Something else I should clarify is that I don't mind taking pictures of myself, although I rarely do it anyways. There might be a total of like 2 selfies on my phone, if even that. So I guess part of the reason that makes getting my picture taken so uncomfortable for me, it's almost a consent thing. I don't know how other people might use that photo of me, or who they might send or share it or show it to. But that's not a problem with the photos I take of me. They're not going anywhere unless I let them. The other half of it, besides having no control of what happens to the picture, and keep in mind, this is really only a guess that has come out of several years of reflection, it's that I don't feel like I can, condone the actions of my past self? Maybe endorse is a better word. Basically, when I look at a photograph of me when I was younger, often I don't feel like I can relate to the kid I see. If every picture taken of me was a statement I made years ago, I would be unable to stand by those statements now, no matter how real or true or genuine those statements were. Let me try to explain it through an example. One photograph in particular that bothers me every time I see it is of me and my sister, each peeking out from opposite sides of a tree. Our family was hiking along a trail that day, and that was only one of the few pictures that were taken. But when I look at the photo now, it doesn't feel genuine. It's unrepresentative of who I actually am as a person, especially today. That's the best way of putting it. I don't feel like my past self that you look at in photographs is representative of me. It doesn't represent who I am now. But those photos have already been taken, and anybody who has a hand on it can take it and show it to me and point at the person in the photo and say, "Look at you." But the thing is, that's not me. Maybe it was me at one time, but I've changed. I've grown. I don't like the feeling of people looking at the person I was long ago and thinking it relates to the person I am now. It extends slightly beyond pictures, too. One of the only times I've blown up before is when my family was telling stories at lunch one day quite a while ago. We were having French toast with strawberries and powdered sugar, which was and still is one of my favorite meals. I was looking forward to it. But it was pretty much ruined when my sister started talking about how cute I used to be. They recounted all the cute stuff I used to do, and as they kept going on, I got angrier and angrier. I told them to stop, but they wouldn't. And finally, it was just too much. I screamed, stormed off, and locked myself in my room for the rest of the day. Crying in bed, I tried to understand why their simple retelling of fond memories made me so ashamed. Once again, it goes back to that connection between my past self and me, or at least the lack that I feel thereof. The way they were telling the story made it feel like they were projecting the past me onto the present me. And in a way they were, intentionally or unintentionally. They were equating the things I did a long time ago to be the same person I was now, and that simply wasn't how I felt. It isn't how I feel now. The other thing that irked me quite a bit was how much they seemed to enjoy telling the stories. It was like they were getting a high off of the past things I did. They found pleasure in bringing up the way I used to be, and I hated it. I suppose that goes back to the pictures too. Every time someone would look at a photo of me, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that they enjoyed looking at it. They were getting some sort of amusement off of me, almost. I know that's not at all the way it is, but I still can't make myself feel differently about it. I guess, more or less, that's why I don't like getting pictures of me taken. Sure, a photo of me today may reflect who I am now, but every day that passes is another day growing between the person in that photo and who I really am. Another day of me changing in the smallest of ways, but those changes add up over the years. And I know that when I will look back at the photo of who I once was, I won't be looking at a photograph of me. It will be a picture of someone else.